The hope of over 60 million youth, who represent 35.6% of the Nigerian population, rests on a 100-page document called the National Youth Policy, riding on the universal concept of participation, equity and cohesion. The National Youth Policy 2019 to 2023 represents a declaration and commitment to the practical support the Nigerian government intends to give to the development of its young men and women. The strategic thrust of this policy are 5 cross-sectorial developmental pillars that are fundamental to enabling youth to transit to self-fulfilled and productive adulthood with opportunities for full, effective and constructive participation in line with the policy vision and mission. There are 11 strategic thrusts in the National Youth Policy, each targeting a plethora of issues. Under each strategic thrust is an array of thematic focus, each offering unique opportunities. Strategic Thrust 1: Productive workforce and sustainable economic engagement of youth. This strategic thrust has 5 thematic areas of focus, which include education, capacity building and skills development, employment creation and entrepreneurship, youth in agriculture and ICT. Strategic Thrust 2: Health and health-promoting lifestyle. Strategic Thrust 3: Participation, inclusiveness, and equitable opportunities for all youth. This strategic thrust seeks to promote civic engagement by creating and strengthening platforms and enabling environment for inclusion of marginalized youth. It will also enhance the capacities of youth and youth-led organizations to engage actively with political processes at all levels. Strategic Thrust 4: Ensure promotive and protective environment for youth development. In this thematic area, issues of human rights and fundamental freedoms of youth, peace and security will be attended to. Strategic Thrust 5: Effective partnership building and effective collaboration in youth development. Here, the policy seeks to build the capacity for promoting youth development agenda as well as sustainable platforms for multi-sectorial collaboration. Critical to this will be the need to strengthen the capacity of youth-led organizations for youth work. All these programs would mean nothing unless they reach the intended beneficiaries, youth within ages 15 and 29. These special groups are general population of youth, vulnerable youth, youth not in education, employment or training, youth in challenging social and environmental circumstances that increase their vulnerability to health risk and antisocial behaviors, youth living on the streets, youth living in extreme poverty, youth in rural areas, youth living in slum areas, youth working in hazardous occupations, and youth affected by gender-based violence. The National Youth Policy recognizes many partners for its implementation through what it refers to as implementation framework. These are states and non-state actors, ministries, departments, and agencies who are active within the youth development sector. First among them is the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, which exists to heighten attention on youth issues. The National Youth Policy recognizes the ministry as the ministerial organs of the federal government responsible for policy coordination and supervision of the implementation of the policy among partners at the federal, state, and local government levels, including civil society and other stakeholders. This will require the establishment of multidisciplinary technical working groups on youth development at the 3 levels of governance in Nigeria. Development partners and multilateral agencies that have contributed to the youth development agenda, like the United Nations Population Fund, civil society organizations, academic and research institutions, student unions, youth organizations, and organized private sector